What if two countries with completely different values, climates, histories, and lifestyles had one thing in common, the 9 to 5 workday? Or do they? Can we really put a daily routine from the heart of Seoul side by side with one in Stockholm and expect to draw fair comparisons? What would we find? Shared challenges, totally different rhythms, or perhaps something in between? That's exactly what we're going to unpack in today's video. We're diving deep into the daily realities of two fascinating and culturally unique nations, South Korea and Sweden. At first glance, they couldn't be more different. South Korea is often associated with relentless dedication, strong professional hierarchies, intense competition, and long working hours that stretch late into the evening. It's a place where professional loyalty and team spirit are serious matters. Sweden, on the other hand, is widely admired for its emphasis on personal well-being, flexible working hours, progressive labor laws, and a culture that treats free time and personal autonomy not as luxuries, but as essentials. But how do these values translate into the everyday experiences of real people, not just policy ideals or reputation? That's what this video is all about. Rather than talk in broad strokes, we'll zoom in on something very specific, a typical workday. We'll follow the lives of two average employees, one in South Korea and one in Sweden, from the moment their alarm clocks ring to the last thing they do before heading to bed. We'll look at how their mornings unfold, what time they wake up, how much time they spend preparing, what they eat, if anything, and how they travel to work. We'll observe how their workplaces are structured, what their schedules look like, how they interact with colleagues and managers, and what kind of environment they're part of. Is it formal, casual, fast-paced, collaborative, or solitary? Lunch breaks will tell us a lot. Are they short or long, social or solo, rushed or relaxed? Then we'll move into the second half of the day, when energy dips and priorities shift. We'll notice whether people continue at full speed or ease into a slower rhythm. And when the workday ends, does it really end? Or is there a cultural expectation to stay late, respond to messages, or join after-work events? We'll also explore how people transition into their evenings. Do they rush to hobbies, enjoy family dinners, unwind with friends, or spend time in solitude? How does each culture draw the line between work and life, or do they blur together? This isn't just about comparing schedules or office layouts. It's about understanding how deep-rooted cultural norms shape our relationship to time, ambition, social roles, and even self-worth. It's about seeing how the structure of a workday reflects national identity, from the pace of life to the purpose of work itself. By the end of this video, we'll lay out both workdays side by side and ask a bigger question: which approach offers a better quality of life? Which is more sustainable in the long run, mentally, emotionally, socially? And maybe more importantly, what can we learn from both? So, before we get started, what's your guess? Which country has the more fulfilling, healthier, or happier workday? South Korea or Sweden? Stick around, because the answer might surprise you. And along the way, you might start asking new questions about your own routine, your expectations, and what a good day at work really means. Imagine waking up in Seoul, South Korea, a city that never really sleeps. Life moves quickly, and for most office workers, the day begins early. Alarms go off at 6 o'clock or 6:30 a.m. There's little time for a slow start. Routines are fast and efficient. Breakfast is often light, rice with kimchi and soup, or something quick from the convenience store, triangle kimbap, a boiled egg, canned coffee. Some skip it entirely to get a few more minutes of sleep. For parents, mornings are even more intense. They get kids ready, prepare lunches, plan after-school schedules, all before starting their own day. Many families rely on hagwons, private tutoring academies, which sometimes start early and run late. Korean children often have schedules as packed as adults. By 7 o'clock or 7:30 a.m., the city is fully alive. Trains arrive every few minutes, buses are crowded. Commutes are long, often 45 minutes to over an hour. Public transport is quiet. People avoid eye contact, scroll phones, study, nap standing up. Many eat on the go, sipping from thermoses or unwrapping convenience store snacks. On rainy days, the commute becomes more stressful, with umbrellas and crowded sidewalks slowing everything down. Getting to work early is expected. Though most offices start at 9 a.m., many arrive by 8:30. Punctuality and physical presence show dedication. Korean office culture places high value on loyalty, hierarchy, and formality. Employees greet each other with bows, and office layouts reflect seniority: window seats for managers, center seats for juniors. Language changes with rank and age, reinforcing these dynamics. Some companies hold brief morning meetings to align the team. In traditional workplaces, employees may stand together to hear announcements, recite company mottos, or stretch as a group. In tech or creative companies, mornings are more relaxed, chatting over coffee, or even doing a short mindfulness exercise. Morning work hours are intense. Focus, speed, and accuracy are critical. The Korean concept of jong, emotional connection, and loyalty blends with perfectionism and duty. Mistakes are taken seriously. People often review documents multiple times before sending them off. The fear of letting the team down pushes many to overperform. Coffee is a lifeline. While Seoul is filled with cafes, most office workers get their fix from in-house machines or convenience stores. Iced Americanos are especially popular. Coffee breaks are short and practical. There's little small talk. Most people sip at their desks. Some large companies have designated coffee lounges, but even these tend to be quiet, functional spaces. Lunch typically starts around noon and lasts 30 to 45 minutes. Teams often go out to nearby restaurants or eat in company cafeterias. Meals are fast and structured. Rice, soup, kimchi, vegetables, maybe some grilled meat or tofu. Juniors wait for seniors to start eating. Conversation is usually minimal unless initiated by a senior. Some people run errands, go for a walk, or take a short nap. Nap rooms and massage chairs exist in some offices to support this. Increasingly, solo dining hanbap is gaining popularity, especially among younger workers. Many prefer quiet meals alone over social interaction. Convenience stores and restaurants now have booths and self-service machines designed for solo diners. After lunch, work resumes promptly. Afternoons are filled with meetings, reports, client calls, and detailed tasks. Offices remain quiet and focused. Long breaks are uncommon and less related to work. In some industries, quiet background music or headphones are allowed. In others, silence is expected to maintain concentration. Although the official end of the workday is 6 p.m., most employees stay later, often until 7:30, 8 o'clock, or even 9 p.m. Leaving on time can be perceived as lacking commitment, especially if one's manager is still present. In some companies, lights automatically dim at 10 p.m. as a reminder to go home. But in high-pressure fields like finance or advertising, working late is often necessary. After hours, many participate in wushik, company dinners that combine bonding with business. These events are part of office culture and can occur weekly. Attendance isn't mandatory in writing, but skipping them can be frowned upon. At wushik, people eat, drink, often heavily, and socialize. Juniors pour drinks for seniors, and polite toasts are made. It's a time when office hierarchies soften a little, and coworkers connect more personally. Sometimes the evening continues with a second round, more drinks, karaoke, or late-night snacks. Despite being tiring, these gatherings are considered vital for team cohesion. It's common for younger employees to bring small gifts the next day to show appreciation. By 10 p.m. or later, people begin the journey home. The commute is slower, more reflective. Some fall asleep on the train. Others listen to music or mentally prepare for the next day. At home, workers decompress, a quick shower, a drama episode, gaming, or going over notes for the morning. Many sleep late and wake up early, repeating the same cycle. In competitive sectors like IT, law, or finance, this rhythm is particularly intense. Burnout is a growing concern, but expectations are still high. Additional cultural notes. Gapjil, abuse of power by superiors, remains an issue, but some major firms are implementing reforms, including anonymous reporting channels. Workplace gifting is common, especially during holidays like Chuseok or Lunar New Year. Employees may give fruit boxes, snacks, or health products. Small tokens for team leads or mentors are also exchanged year-round. Self-development is a cultural norm. Many pursue language studies, coding, or professional certificates after work or on weekends. Online courses and night schools are thriving. Office dress codes are mostly unspoken but strictly followed. Styles are formal, clean, and modest. Skincare, grooming, and tailored outfits are important to maintain a professional image. National holidays are limited, but deeply appreciated. Long weekends often prompt mass travel across the country. Despite the intensity, many Koreans take pride in this lifestyle. South Korea's rapid economic rise is deeply connected to this hardworking culture. For many, the workplace is more than just a job. It's an identity, a challenge, and a place of shared purpose. While slow shifts are occurring, especially among younger generations, the traditional Korean workday still reflects deep-rooted values of discipline, loyalty, and collective drive. Imagine waking up in Stockholm, Sweden, a city where mornings are calm, organized, and intentionally slow. Most Swedes set their alarms around 6:30 to 7 a.m., but there's little of the chaos typical in big cities. The pace is gentle. People take time to get ready and eat a real breakfast, yogurt with muesli, crisp bread with cheese, or warm oatmeal with fruit, plus a strong black coffee. Breakfast is not just fuel, but a ritual to begin the day mindfully. Many listen to Sveriges radio or skim digital newspapers over breakfast. Some even fit in household chores like laundry or prepping dinner ingredients. Daily rhythm matters in Swedish life. Mornings often include mindfulness, meditation apps, early jogs, yoga, or quiet time by a window with a candle. Yes, even in summer, help ease into the day. The Swedish principle of lagom, just enough, sets the tone. Not rushed, not lazy, just balanced. Some journal, write gratitude notes, or read a few book pages before heading out. Commuting is calm and respectful. People bike, walk, or take public transit, subways, buses, and trams. It's common to see professionals biking year-round, even in snow. Safety is mutual. The average commute is around 30 minutes, often accompanied by a podcast or morning radio. Quiet zones on trains discourage phone calls, small but telling signs of how Swedes value tranquility. Accessibility is strong, with elevators, ramps, and audio signals for all. Work typically starts between 8 o'clock and 9 a.m. Punctuality is expected, but output matters more than presence. Flexible hours are standard. Dropping kids at school or attending a midday appointment is perfectly acceptable. Employers trust their staff, which creates autonomy. Digital tools are widely used, and hybrid work has become common since the pandemic. Offices are quiet and collaborative. Spaces are often open but cozy, with plants, natural light, and sound-absorbing materials. Lounges, standing desks, and quiet zones are common. Meetings are short and focused. Hierarchies are flat, junior staff can challenge seniors, and everyone is on a first-name basis. Walk-and-talk meetings are popular, blending productivity with wellness. Some teams spend part of the day working from cafes or co-working spaces. A cherished ritual is fika more than a coffee break. It's a time to pause and connect. It usually happens mid-morning and sometimes again later. Fika isn't optional, it's a part of the workday. Some companies have managers take turns baking for the team, reinforcing equality. There's also digital fika for remote workers, a casual video chat to stay connected. Lunch happens between 11:30 a.m. and 1 p.m. Many eat in office cafeterias or nearby restaurants. Meals are healthy and balanced. Salads, fish, potatoes, soup, or meatballs with lingonberry. Vegetarian and allergy-friendly options are standard. There's no rush, people eat, talk, or go for a walk. Even in winter, you'll see bundled-up workers soaking up sunlight. In summer, outdoor lunches and picnics are common. Many also squeeze in a quick jog or yoga session during lunch. Afternoons are productive but never frantic. By 3 o'clock or 4 p.m., meetings slow down, and people wrap up tasks. Most employees leave by 5 p.m., not because of low commitment, but because work-life balance is a core value. Staying late can raise concern. If overtime is frequent, the system might be broken. Many offices follow clean desk policies to encourage a clear mental shift from work to home. Employees are expected to disconnect, contributing to high satisfaction and low burnout. After work, people have time for life. Parents pick up kids, others shop, work out, meet friends, or head into nature. Green spaces are everywhere. Even in cities, you're rarely more than 10 minutes from a park or water. Lakeside walks and forest jogs are common after work. In winter, it's sauna time. Many homes and apartments have them. Depending on the season, Swedes also enjoy skiing, indoor climbing, or curling. Evenings are peaceful. Dinner is usually at 6 o'clock or 7 p.m., home-cooked and shared with family. Dishes might include salmon with dill, roasted root vegetables, creamy pasta, or open sandwiches. After dinner, people read, watch TV, or play games. Board games, puzzles, and crafting are popular, especially in winter. Reading is huge in Sweden, which has one of the highest library usage rates in the world. Crime dramas and noir fiction are national favorites. Some people take evening classes, languages, ceramics, photography at folkhögskola, folk high schools, or local centers. Others work on personal projects, side gigs, or simply rest. Lifelong learning is valued, with subsidized courses for all ages. Book clubs, language cafes, and coding boot camps are part of daily life. Additional cultural insights. Parental leave is generous, up to 480 days, shared between both parents. Dads are expected to take part, and they do. Vacation is sacred. Employees get 5 weeks off yearly, often taken consecutively in summer. July slows the nation. Many head to countryside cabins, sommerstuga, for rest. After-hours emails? Rare. Many companies avoid contacting staff outside work. Well-being is a priority, with wellness programs, ergonomic furniture, office yoga, and wellness hours for exercise or relaxation. Flat hierarchy means ideas matter more than titles. Innovation is encouraged from all levels. Labor rights are strong. Around 70% of Swedes are unionized. Allemansrätten, or the right to roam, gives everyone access to nature, even on private land, as long as it's respected. Transparency and trust are core values. Even executive salaries are often public, and public institutions must share information upon request. In the end, the Swedish workday isn't just about getting things done. It's about living well. Built on trust, autonomy, and balance, the system assumes that happy employees do better work. For Swedes, work is part of life, not the center of it. And that balance? It's not a trend, it's a way of life, and a model many around the world are starting to admire. Now that we've walked through a full day in both South Korea and Sweden, let's put these two countries side by side. We'll look at how they differ, not only in schedule, but in values, expectations, workplace design, and attitudes toward life itself. These are two nations with strong identities, and their contrasting approaches to work can tell us a lot about what they believe makes a good life. 3 o'clock start and end of the day. In South Korea, the workday often starts before 7 a.m., not officially, but in practice. People wake up early, commute long distances, and often arrive at work before their managers to show diligence. The day stretches long into the evening, with unpaid overtime and after-work events like wushik, company dinners, considered part of the norm. Leaving on time can be seen as a lack of dedication. Workers may still answer emails or finish tasks late at night, and weekends can include additional training or self-improvement work. In Sweden, mornings also start early, but the rhythm is different. Most employees begin between 8 and 9 a.m., with flexible start times in many sectors. The workday almost always ends by 5 p.m. Working late is not admired. It's often viewed as a failure in time management or organizational structure. Employees are expected to be efficient, not exhausted. Weekends are considered sacred time for family, travel, or complete rest, and it's rare to see someone open their laptop after hours. Briefcase workplace atmosphere. Korean offices are built around structure. There's a clear hierarchy, formal communication, and great respect for seniority. Offices tend to be quiet, serious, and focused on output. Team identity is strong, but individuality often takes a back seat. The boss is the center of decision-making, and questioning authority is rare. Personal relationships with managers are crucial, and how you're perceived by leadership can significantly impact your career. In contrast, Swedish offices promote autonomy. Hierarchies exist, but they're flat. Even junior employees are encouraged to speak up, and it's normal to challenge ideas, even those of managers, as long as it's done respectfully. Meetings are short and inclusive. Collaboration happens in small groups or informally during breaks. A comfortable atmosphere, with natural light, plants, and open space, is seen as essential to doing good work. Trust and transparency are core principles of office dynamics. Hot beverage breaks and meals. In Korea, breaks are brief and functional. Lunch is eaten quickly, often in groups, and there's a strong sense of shared responsibility during meals. Juniors often defer to seniors in seating, ordering, and conversation. Company cafeterias are common, offering affordable meals, and it's not unusual for employees to eat at their desks. Eating alone is becoming more acceptable among younger people, but traditional norms persist in many companies. Sweden takes a radically different approach. Fika, the coffee and pastry break, is treated almost as sacred. It's a designated moment to pause, connect with colleagues, and recharge. It happens mid-morning and sometimes again in the afternoon. Lunch breaks are longer, less rushed, and often enjoyed outdoors when weather permits. There's less pressure to socialize if one prefers to eat alone, and more respect for personal space. Cafeterias emphasize healthy, seasonal food, and many offices provide fruit, tea, and filtered water for free. Brain stress and pressure. South Korean workers often report high levels of stress. The expectation to be constantly available, even outside working hours, plus social obligations and competition for promotions, can lead to burnout. There's also a significant mental burden tied to appearances, maintaining formality, status, and image within the company. Mental health awareness is growing, but many employees still feel pressure to prioritize the group over their own well-being. In Sweden, work-life balance is not just encouraged, it's protected. Many companies have policies discouraging after-hours emails. Taking vacation is expected, not questioned. Wellness initiatives, mental health days, and flexible work hours are common. A stressed employee isn't seen as hardworking, but as someone whose environment may be failing them. Burnout is taken seriously, and it's not unusual for employees to take short-term leave to recover. Western silhouette social norms and communication. South Korea places great value on formality, status, and harmony. Age and job title heavily influence language, behavior, and seating arrangements. There are clear, unwritten rules about how to address people, pour drinks, and even accept compliments. Saving face is important, and direct confrontation is avoided. Communication is often indirect, especially in tense or emotional situations. In Sweden, equality is at the core of social interaction. First-name basis is standard, regardless of position. Communication tends to be direct but polite. Feedback is expected and not taken personally. Disagreements are addressed openly, often with the assumption that everyone has the same goal to improve the work. Silence is also valued. Pausing before speaking is not considered awkward, but thoughtful. House life after work. For many Koreans, the workday doesn't really end when they leave the office. Company dinners, client entertainment, and ongoing professional development, such as night classes, are often part of a person's second shift. It's not uncommon for workers to arrive home at 10 or 11 p.m. and still feel the need to check emails. Leisure activities may involve networking or group activities tied to the workplace. In Sweden, evenings are for family, hobbies, rest, or time in nature. Parents pick up their children early from daycare, and dinner is a family affair. People pursue personal projects, join clubs, or simply enjoy downtime. Disconnecting from work is not only acceptable, it's expected. From 5 p.m. on, the work phone is often left in a drawer until the next day. Evenings are often spent outside, walking, cycling, or enjoying home life. Seedling cultural foundations. Korea's work culture is shaped by values like Confucianism, collectivism, and rapid post-war development. Hard work is deeply respected. There's a strong national narrative around rebuilding the country through sacrifice and perseverance. Success is often collective for family, company, or country. Sweden's culture is shaped by egalitarianism, social trust, and the idea that life should be enjoyable, not just productive. The famous word, lagom, reflects this. Not too much, not too little. Just enough. Independence is encouraged from a young age, and responsibility is shared rather than concentrated. Korea. Early start, long hours, strong hierarchy, team loyalty, structured environment, high stress, formal social norms. Sweden. Flexible schedule, short efficient workdays, flat hierarchy, autonomy, wellness-oriented, low stress, and formal culture. Balance scale, so which is better? That depends entirely on your values and your personality. South Korea offers a sense of unity, speed, and purpose. It's built for those who want to grow fast, push limits, and be part of something larger. Sweden offers independence, well-being, and calm. It suits those who prioritize balance, freedom, and time for life outside of work. But maybe the better question isn't, which is better? It's, what can we learn from each? What if we could combine Korea's energy and dedication with Sweden's balance and well-being? What if high performance didn't have to come at the cost of personal time? In a globalized world, maybe the future of work is about synthesis, choosing the best of both models and shaping something more human, more sustainable, and more inspiring.